When you think of airports, what comes to mind? JFK or LaGuardia in New York? I'm guessing Lakeway, Texas isn't on your list. But this little air park is a fixture in this community, and one more reason why people love living in the suburb of Austin. Join us today as we learn about Lakeway Air Park and meet some pilots. I'm Anne-Marie Consian, your host for Selling Texas. Hey Mike, great to see you.
Hey Anne-Marie, how are you?
Thank you so much for having us today.
Oh yeah, it's great to see you as well.
So you live right here on the air park?
Yeah.
Like right here on the strip?
We're right on the northwest end of the airport, and our house is up there, and the hangar's down here. What's not to like? When we were looking for a place to live, what we really liked about Lakeway and this particular place was that this wasn't necessarily an air park community. It was an air park in a community.
Yeah.
Right from the very beginning of the development, this air park and the history of Lakeway were tightly coupled and interconnected. So Lakeway was intended to be sort of a weekend place for residents of Houston and Dallas and San Antonio. They could fly in here, spend the weekend, and then go back and do their jobs, you know, back in those big cities. And so there were actually some famous people that used to come here. The legendary Dallas Cowboys coach Tom Landry used to fly in here all the time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and the first American in space, Alan Shepard.
Yeah.
He owned a house about 2 blocks from here. And then a little bit later, a Ross Perot entity called Hillwood Development Corporation acquired this land. Ross Perot is a big aviation supporter, and so they wanted to make sure the air park remained the same. And Mr. Perot agreed to deed 44 acres of land, the runway, and the terminal to an entity called Lakeway Air Park, Inc., a non-profit entity which would then operate and maintain the air park. And so he sold it to Lakeway Air Park, Inc. for $1 and other significant consideration.
So cool.
We basically run the air park, maintain it for pilots at no cost to the community.
Hey Mike, how are you?
Hey Chris, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hey Chris, Anne-Marie.
Anne-Marie.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Is that your plane?
It sure is. You want to go see it?
Oh, I would love that. Thanks Mike so much for letting us have time with you today.
It's been a pleasure.
Thanks. Cool. You live in the area, so what's it like living off the air park?
So we're not too far from the air park, so it's a quick drive for us, but we're still in the community of Lakeway. And so it's just a real gem to have this for everybody to use.
You can enjoy this lifestyle, not living on it, but being this close to it.
That's right.
Oh,
yeah.
that is so neat. You've really incorporated it into your life. That's great.
We sure have. It's a real benefit to have as part of this community, and I can't imagine living in Lakeway without it.
That's awesome.
Well, how about we take a flight now and go see our beautiful city?
Really? We can?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to.
Well, let's go.
Let's do it. Chris, that was so much fun.
Yes, thanks for coming along for that flight.
Oh my gosh, seeing Lakeway like this from up above just shows you how beautiful it really is.
Well, I really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much, Chris, for your time.
My pleasure.
And your plane.
Yeah, you bet.
Thanks. And thank you for joining us today on Selling Texas. Everywhere we turn, there are jewels just like this around the Austin area. Join us next time as we explore this amazing city and the interesting people who call Austin their home. I'm Anne-Marie Consian with American Dream TV, and I'll see y'all next time.